All right, we're taking a look at another one of these Nintendo Classic knockoffs. This one's the 620 in 1. This is the one I thought I had actually purchased originally, or I was thinking that I owned. But this is the 620 in 1. I'll give you a close-up look at that device itself, the deck, everything that came with it. I've opened it up. I haven't plugged it in yet, but I'll be doing that, and a games list to follow. So let's take a look at the device and go from there. Okay, so here you see the box that it comes in, and it says Mini Game Anniversary Edition built-in 620 classic games. That's the box. I threw away the box to my 501. I've had that one actually for a little while. So here's a look at this one. I'll open it up. I've had it open already, but you see the controls are the more standard 2-button like you would see on the NES, the real NES or the NES Classic, whichever one you have. And then they have the, how they hook in. They look, what's funny on this one, it looks a little different. It says entertainment system, and then the controller plugs, the joy plugs, are on that side, and then they're like sideways, so a little bit different. You've got again a power and a reset and a little light showing you that it's on. On the back side is where your AV, I opted for the AV model. It just works better with some of the capture cards and older televisions that I use, but they do sell this one in an HDMI model as well. Of note, this one uses a mini USB rather than the more standard micro, so the mini is a little bit older. Nothing on either side of those. Luckily, it does come with a mini USB plug-in. Also comes with a user manual, pretty standard setup stuff. And then it came with a games list, which I thought was pretty cool. And I started to go through it and kind of highlight some of the ones that stood out to me as good games, and games maybe that you didn't always see on all of them. I came up with about 52 that seemed unique and good. And then it sort of started to repeat itself, and we'll see if that holds true for the system itself once we get it hooked up. Because if it does, then obviously it's not really 620 built in. It'll be far fewer. But you can see by the ones that I've highlighted, Tiger Heli and Hubert, they're over in the 300s as well. And then I noticed like Donkey Kong and a lot of these started to repeat. So real quick, how focused this is, but give you an idea right off the bat of the games you're going to see on there by just kind of looking at what's listed here, and you can kind of see the ones that I've highlighted as games that I like or that I thought were kind of unique to this system. So you can just screenshot this and look at it that way if you want to. But I am going to go through and see what it looks like once it's hooked to the capture card. So we'll move to that phase of the video now. Alright, so we're taking a look at this one now. I've got it plugged in. You see a bunch of repeats here. There's no sound, there's no screenshots. Well, there's the sound of the beeps there. That's pretty much it. At one point, I do show off my Star Wars Empire Strikes Back shirt, so that's what I'm doing when you see that in the little clip of myself. And then I put on some free music that I found just so it's not total silence. You can hear my clock ticking, that's about it. But I did add Infinite by Garrett Bevins, which was a free audio file with my editing software. So that kicks in here in a second. Other than that, let's see. Just trying to remember what else I wanted to say about this particular device. I did pay $21.95 for it, if I didn't mention that earlier. Just received it earlier in the week, this week. So I'll talk more in a little bit about that as I remember what else I wanted to say. I remembered what I wanted to say on this one. So you can see again at the bottom of the screen, it's got that kind of really screwy looking color thing going on that's happened before. I don't know if that's a limitation of the capture card that I'm using, which was pretty inexpensive, or of the device itself. But yeah, it doesn't look like there's probably any impact to gameplay. It looks like it's taking place basically off screen or off the portion of the screen that the device uses. But that was one thing I noticed as I was making the video. So yes, the device menu does go all the way up to 620, so that is not untrue. However, a lot of them are repeats. And I do need to go in and check some of these out at some future point to see if they really are what they say they are. I mean, some of them are obviously misspelled and things like that, but I'm interested to see what the games actually are. So probably do a separate video for that. All in all, $21.95 after tax and shipping. Felt like it's probably a pretty reasonable deal. There are some unique games on here, not the same ones you see on every system. It is two-player and so on. Overall, it's probably worth the 22 bucks. Coming up on the last few titles here. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, I do have a series of videos about these types of devices. Please go ahead and watch those if you'd like, and I would certainly appreciate it if you were to subscribe to my channel. Other than that, I hope you have a great day. Thanks again for watching.